And welcome to the Shawnzilla Art Show. From a secret closet bunker at Mar-a-Lago comes a red Sonya piece. So I notice the model you're using for red hair. Uh, she got a little bit of a lion face because lion roar, not you know. She always lying. She got a very long nose.
Oh, you're talking about the one on mine or on the model or both?
Uh, Both, yeah.
Yeah,
That's all right.
yeah.
Nobody's going to be looking at her face.
I don't think they are. I don't know, man. You'd be surprised. Some people are very critical of the weirdest stuff.
Yeah. So, speaking of stuff, I got a box in from the Rick Funk comic group there on Comic Book Shopping Network.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
it cost me a pretty. Well, see, I get suckered into the 50% off sale,
Mm-hmm.
and before you know it, I've spent like $120, and I'm
At
like,
least that.
I didn't mean to do that, and I went back to another half price sale last Friday and I got my bill in, and it's like over $100, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oops, I forgot to put this little guy up. There we go. Oh, and please buy Sean's art. He's not built for OnlyFans.
He is definitely not.
Look at this. My girlfriend talking shit to me from the other room on the show. Don't critique unless you can do better.
Dude, you can critique, okay? No, these jackoffs on Facebook who want to be like, well, you need to fix this. It's like I have never seen you draw anything, so you shut the fuck up. You
Right.
know. But yeah, I noticed it's something wrong with her face. Like I didn't like the model's face at all, so that's why I started amending.
But the box I got in, I got a heavy metal from my birthday month in 1982.
Nice.
Has an interview with Michael Moorcock.
You're just gonna leave that name out there like that?
Yeah. Well, the name of the title is Moorcock Less Bull.
That's funny.
Um, he's the guy behind a bunch of stories that went from full novels to comic book format, like Hawk Moon, and one that I've been a huge fan of this character since I was a kid, Elric. Elric was actually in Marvel's original Conan in a two-issue, like I think like either 13 and 14 or 14 and 15. Um, It was a two-part story, so he was in like two issues. And the second issue is the first full appearance of his sword, and the other one, of course, is the first full appearance of him in Marvel. And both those books are like a pretty penny. They're granted they're not. It's not as much as getting like a high grade Conan #1, but still. Um, I got like I got like an old Batman, well loved, but it was an issue I didn't have. I got it for like a couple of dollars. Um, I got like a special variant cover of like Joker #3. I got a couple of Joe Linsner covers. One uh, just so happens to be a Red Sonja cover,
Oh,
and
no.
the other one was that badass. Remember, like beginning of last year, he was releasing, you know, teasers, and it was like Vampirella, like in like this cosmic scene.
Yeah.
I got that cover.
Oh,
I also got a pretty good copy of Savage Sword of Conan issue either 2 or 3, like the magazine one.
hmm,
The magazine one was better because it was a little racy because they couldn't do stuff in comics that they could do in magazines. So
for sure. Hey, speaking of Savage Sword of Conan, I saw a picture earlier. It was just amazing. It was just a photo, but it was Frank Frazetta and Bernie Wrightson in 1967. You know, and they're in like I, I don't know if it was Marvel Studios or what, but they're in some studio. And I mean, it's freaking awesome.
so speaking of Bernie Wrightson, there's two Bernie Wrightson stories in this heavy metal. One is just Bernie and his wife did the whole thing,
Oh wow.
and I gotta open it up because I forget what the other guy's name was. Um, yeah, in this issue, uh, Michael Kaluda's Starstruck is in there. They put like a few pages in, and a cover as a teaser for the graphic novel, and it's a pretty cool cover.
And, I'm going through a little phase last year where I wanted to get some of the old Conan novels. Just because I remember going to my friend Cameron's house when I was a kid, and his dad had them. I thought they were just the coolest thing in the world. That Frazetta artwork on the cover, and all that. Of course, I still haven't read them yet, but I got them.
Nice.
Yeah, you know.
Um, at the end of Boomer, um, Thomas was tired as hell because he's been work. They've been making him work overnights because I guess the overnight crew's not getting stuff done. And he gets stuff done, but
That's why you shouldn't be good at things.
you shouldn't be good at things. They'll ask you, and don't tell them you're capable of doing this or that because then you'll be doing that and they won't be paying you.
Yeah, that becomes your job.
Yep. So there's a thing for Kaluda's Starstruck is in here, and he's just he's just like an amazing artist. No, just go to the Thomas pre-ordered this big giant like treasury edition of Frazetta, a hardcover. It's like the size of those artist editions that IDW prints up,
Mm-hmm.
but bigger even.
Oh wow.
It was pretty pricey. It's like almost $200.
Jeez. I
Uh,
mean, but Rosetta, so it's worth it.
oh my god! And like you get to like his Conan and Death Dealer stuff, like all the sword and sorcery stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped doing it by the years. Like they give you like from this year to that year, and all the pieces are in there. There's
Mm-hmm.
even a cover gallery in the back of that book that shows every single comic book cover Frazetta ever did. Like,
Jesus.
and it's like a lot of independent stuff that like people might have heard of in passing, but the majority of people, I never heard of that. It's like, you never heard of that? You should have heard of it just for the fact that Frazetta did the covers. Okay, so there's a story by John Workman, Starstruck by Eleni Lee and Michael Kaluta. There's a Richard Corbin piece in here. It's Den of Earth 2.
This is the heavy metal.
Yep. Felipe Drulit's got a story in here.
Do they still put heavy metal out?
I don't even know. I hear
So
yes, and I hear no, and who knows?
I had to look it up the other day. I was trying to, and of course, I couldn't get a straight answer from the liars at Google. But
Mhm. Yeah, I'll try to look it up on DuckDuckGo. There's a story in here called The Ape, and it's illustrated by Milo Manara.
oh wow,
And then there's a piece at National Lampoon's Class Reunion, illustrated by Bernie Wrightson, and like uh, lettered and edited by Bernie and his wife. His wife did the editing. I mean the lettering. Uh, there's another story in here that's illustrated by Gary Morrow. There it is. Uh, it's a chapter of a story called Freak Show, because you know how they'll split like the entire like story up between like 7 or 8 issues, and it's by Bruce Jones and Bernie Wrightson.
I have this hope that one day, because like my dad tells the story of he bought this lady's husband's Playboy collection
Yeah,
back in like early '80s. You know, because you know you could just do stuff like that back, and it was issue one through you know from all the way up to like 1977. So yeah, he's got the Maryland issue. I know, right? Your dad's not watching the show, so I'll go ahead and say it. As soon as he kicks over, I'm getting it and I'm going to sell it. Um,
you get the right buyer. You might you might just be able to buy a house with that.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not in great condition,
Well,
but
hopefully the pages aren't stuck together.
no, I don't think they are.
Well, just keep bringing Dad to like all these conventions and have him go keep taking pictures with the young pretty girls doing cosplay. He'll kick over soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. But my hope is that I catch somebody's old
That's a
heavy
joke,
metal.
YouTube. We're not like trying to plan somebody's demise.
Oh no, no, no.
We're kidding.
Yes, that's other kids. Um,
That's on Minecraft. We're just talking about Minecraft.
so yeah, my hope is that I find somebody selling like their husband's old heavy metal collection.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, that'd be
The
great.
price of some of these, like this copy is like they graded it as like a VFM,
Hmm.
and it was on. I got it for half price, but they were asking 15, so I paid like 750 for it, which is like, oh, that's cool. This thing came out when I was a kid. I was never allowed to look at them, but
Yeah, I know, right? I got in trouble for having a heavy metal in school.
oh man,
You would have thought that I had a penthouse or something.
I got caught with them plenty of times.
Do what?
I got caught with them plenty of times.
Oh yeah, contraband will.
Yeah, like I had a bunch of them that I was getting ready to throw out, and I said, "You want any of these?" to my friend John, and hopefully John's not watching this. Um, so he just saw like a couple like one shot pictures of a couple of like pretty naked girls, and he's like, "Yeah." He tore like like 3 pages out, put them in his notebook, took them home, hid them in his bookcase. One day he comes home from school. His mother's got these nudie pictures laying out across the bed, and
Ah,
she's got all the books off his bookshelf because she decided, oh, it's getting dusty in this house again. I got to clean the whole house and paint the walls again.
and that's always how it goes, man.
And he walked in and he's like, oh no. He goes, you don't have to say anything. I already know you got them from Billy.
Yeah,
Like, what? He was never like this before you met him. Yeah, he was. He just wouldn't buy him. He took them for free.
that's what it is.
Uh, then he found something that he was able to lock him up in so he didn't get caught again.
Oh, Bill, the corrupter of children.
No, he's actually about a year or two older than me. So
Oh,
you had a chance to watch any of Bad Batch?
oh yeah, I'm caught up.
I start to get caught up, and then I fall asleep, and I got to go back and start the last episode that I saw some of all over again.
I'm actually I was considering yesterday going back and watching it again because it's just so good.
Oh yeah,
I noticed Wanda Sykes does a voice on there now.
oh, I can't stand her.
I loved her on Crank Anchors.
Oh, I couldn't stand that show. Not because she was on it, I just didn't like the show. I'm like,
Um,
this is stupid. I can't stand this. I tried watching it. I'm like, mm-mm.
it's like the golden age of Comedy Central.
I'm like this and Adventure Time is like the two dumbest things they ever put out on that channel. So
Adventure Time has kind of grown on me. I like the other one, Gumball and Regular Show
mm-hmm.
on the old Cartoon Network.
Yeah, Gumball's kind of funny.
Yeah. Even Universe has actually kind of grown on me a little bit.
Oh my god, my daughter got hooked on that, and then got mad when I was going to try to watch it after she went home. I go, well, I'm going to start from the beginning and watch it. So whatever I don't understand in the show or questions I have, then I can ask you next. No, and she was like freaking out that I was going to watch it. I'm like, oh, is it not cool when your parents like the same show as you?
Well, you already know that.
She's like, now you get it. And I go, send her a text in the middle of the week. Oh my God, I get it now. She's like, get what? I go, oh, I just finished binging Steven Universe. She freaked out. And then I started laughing. It's not funny. I go, I didn't watch that stupid show. What are you kidding me? And I almost bought her. They made like a Steven Universe card game, Cryptozoic,
Mm-hmm.
and I almost went in on the Kickstarter for it, and then you know, like a light switch going off, all of a sudden she hates Steven Universe. I'm like, oh. She, however, has gone the opposite way and gotten into like a bunch of horror stuff, mostly like horror games. I know I got her one for Christmas, not this year, but the year before. And she's big into FNAF there, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm.
And now Funko is making Five Nights at Freddy's uh, Jack in the Boxes.
I think I was doing too much.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. The guy that originally started um, uh, Funko only wanted to do like limited stuff. So the guy that was partnering with him at the time bought the whole company out. Goes, no. Goes, I want to make a pop out of everything pop culture. I don't care what it is. TV shows, movies, cartoons, video game characters, everything.
I mean, they really do have a pop of everything.
Yeah. My issue with it is it's gone full blown Beanie Babies, but it's not
Right.
slowing down or crashing. And like they'll put out like a pop like one day, and the next day you walk into like an independent, toy store or comics and toys or whatever, and they'll have that one that just got released, and all of a sudden is sold out everywhere. They'll have like 20 of them on the shelves, and they're priced at like $89.
Jeez.
I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? I guess Hasbro is releasing all new versions of the 3 3/4 GI Joes, doing like the retro ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they are.
they're $20 a piece.
Yeah, everybody's on the GI Joe forums and crap has been talking about the Sky Striker, which I didn't have growing up.
What was it?
The Sky Striker. It was like the F-14 Tomcat.
Oh yeah,
Is
yeah,
the
like that badass plane. Yeah.
the GI Joe's main plane. Apparently, there's a HasLab of it that's
Oh, so
in
it's like $500. Yeah.
it's in fulfillment right now. So
Um, I can't afford anything from HasLab. I mean, even if I had never gotten crippled and been in the coma and was still working my other job, I couldn't afford it.
yeah. I mean, I can barely afford anything from Hasbro.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, um,
What
I'd
is that?
really, I'd really like to get that. They did like the four phases of friggin' Spider-Man's life. There,
Yeah.
they had like the classic costume, and the one before that is the Amazing Fantasy 15 one, where the blue is more like black,
hmm
and it's got the web wings under the arms, so you can kind of like glide. Just like he was on the cover of Amazing Fantasy 15 when the FF trapped him in that tube. Let's see.
May or may not be covering things with hair that I don't want to draw. Everybody's like, why do you draw pinups so much? Is it because you just like drawing pretty things? No, because hair is wonderful. I can use it to cover shit I don't want to draw.
hmm Yeah, so I'm looking. I just jumped on the HasLab site. Uh, for Star Wars, the Rancor actually failed.
Yeah.
It failed the crowdfunder. Um, then they have so the Sky Striker is pretty awesome. It comes with like two figures. Um,
Because the original one only came with one figure.
mhm. This one
And
comes with two figures. There's like a stand that you can mount under, stick it in. It's got pegs on the top, so you can actually stick it in there.
hmm
It looks like a stand, at least. I would think that would be something that you could put the plane up there. And there's like all these different like kinds of missiles. There's like you know giant orange cones that are as high as the wings. And a little transport vehicle and trailer for like sidewinder missiles or something, so you can like balance them on there, make it look like it's going towards them. Let's open this up.
I mean, it looks
Cope.
cool.
You open up the page and it shows like the box art for the Sky Striker, and then there's like a Cobra logo like overlaid. It says Cobra hack initiated. So like you're hacking into. See, this is ridiculous. Um, it was funded. The target was 10K. So a $10,000 target. These things are 229.99 a piece plus shipping.
Jesus.
And they said it. They said it that they didn't. They didn't set it as like a dollar amount they needed to hit. They set it at the amount of backers. They needed 10,000 backers to successfully fund. Customizable weapons and loadouts. There's like pieces of plastic that fit on the back of the jets, so it looks like flame shooting out of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's even working toy parachutes, and it's got an eagle on it, and it says Sky Striker.
I mean, it's beautiful, dude. I don't think even if I was financially comfortable, would I be even entertaining the notion of spending $200 on it.
So I'm looking at the stretch goals they put on it. Unlock number 3 was at 18,000 back. If they hit 18,000 backers, there was going to be 2 pit crew O-ring action figures. O-ring. That just sounds like asshole.
Yeah.
I think they're referring to the way the figures are joined together, like on the inside.
Yes.
So they would have released, these 2 pit crew guys, white dude and a not white dude, and they both came with like those big flashlight wands, basically the same size as Yoda's little teeny lightsaber. The ones that they like wave overhead to flag him in.
Yep.
So that would have been the 3rd unlock. The 2nd unlock would have been at 16,000 backers, and that would have been a special edition Ripcord in Night Force colors. And the first unlock would have been a Scarlet in a flight suit. Looks more like a space suit, but I can't afford anything from here, but my friend Andrew did buy Galactus.
That's the one you got the box from, huh?
Yeah, I get the box for nothing, so I'm happy.
Hey man, that's a beautiful box.
Yep. So 1 year ago today is when my girlfriend and I announced on Facebook that we were in a relationship.
She hasn't got tired of me yet.
I know, right?
I mean,
Well, you get tired of me, you go to bed, you try again tomorrow. Any second, she's going to come out and hit me in the back of the head with something.
rolls.
So that memory came up, so I shared it, and my friend Andrew, who gave me the box, who lent me the box, in case he ever needs to pack it up for some reason. I go, well, if you ever need the box back, you just tell me, you can come get the box. But once everything eventually gets rearranged, that's going to be part of the display behind me.
As well, it should be.
Hell yeah. But Andrew commented, does she know? My response was a shrugging Peter Griffin. I just wish they would actually leave up how much money they raised on these foolish things.
Oh, the half layout.
Mhm. They've got another GI Joe. The Sky Strikers shipping this spring, and this fall they're going to be shipping the GI Joe Classified Series Cobra Hiss tank.
Yeah, that's the one that's scaled for the 6-inch figures.
Mm-hmm.
And that damn thing.
Like I saw one, they did a combination. They were doing like a GI Joe Transformers mashup thing. So of course all the vehicles were Transformers, and they did one of a Hiss tank. And I was thinking of buying it, and then I saw the price was like almost like $70. I'm like, no, man, I don't like GI Joe to actually buy anything. Uh,
I get enough to buy stuff. I just don't have any money.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Andrew also bought. I think he also bought the Java sail barge.
Now that was pretty cool.
That was like huge. And Max DeVille, who does Mirror Machine Gun and a couple other series,
Mm-hmm.
his his business partner Johnny is a comic shop owner, and he's got like tons of figures. He makes custom figures and sells them. And um, I'm looking at the Marvel Legends Sentinel from HasLab. When this was in HasLab, that dude bought like 3 or 4 of them. He said, and he's got like 3 of them on display with like the X-Men figures, like in a big display in the store, like in a like a big epic battle scene.
There's a sideshow toy of that too. That is insane.
Look, Sideshow was great and all, but at that price, those aren't toys. Those are museum pieces.
You are not wrong.
Um, so the Sentinel actually came with a figure, and I'm looking at him, but I have no idea who the hell it is.
That's more.
It might be like Master Mold or something, like the human
Or,
mashup of it.
or Nimrod.
No, it's not Nimrod. I know what Nimrod looks like.
I just wanted to say Nimrod.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Henry Gyrick.
mm-hmm. No,
Bolivar Track.
it's a Marvel Legends 6-inch female Prime Sentinel figure. So it's kind of like the remake of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They look like us now. The first one had kind of like they did like multiple heads. So there's like 5 different heads for the Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really great battle damaged head, so you got to do something to get Wolverine up there. And there's one where it's like completely like robotic, like steel, and then they've got like 3 other ones. But it's showing the difference. I guess it's showing like the old whatever the company was that used to do
Toy
the
Biz.
Toy Biz. It's showing like the big Sentinel that Toy Biz sold. Uh, that one was only
Like $30.
that one height wise is 15.75 inches. so 15 3/4 inches. The HasLab one is 26.34 inches tall.
Jeez.
It's got that cool. It's got that cool metallic looking coil that shoots out of its hand
Oh
and
yeah.
wraps up like Wolverine. But at least they showed like a whole bunch of like really cool like comic book art in this. They did the history of the Sentinels um, from X-Men 14. Their first appearance. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that. You like the X-Men? He goes, yeah. Well, I got this one, and I go, that cover looks stupid. Then I found out that it was the first appearance of the Sentinels, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It just looked like some dude with a big head. He wasn't like gigantic or anything. What else did they do? They did the Star Wars Vintage Collection Razor Crest. That, of course, comes with an exclusive Grogu and Mando. They redid the Hero Quest game. Galactus, of course, that came with. What figure did Galactus come with? That's not Surfer. But, their target on Galactus was 14,000 backers. They ended up with 30,811 backers.
Yeah, seems appropriate.
And they're showing like all the covers from when Galactus first appeared and LED lights in the head and chest. Devourer of Worlds. Then it's showing other figures. So they must be stretch goals, but they're showing like Silver Surfer and I can't remember their names. Silver Surfer, Nova, and one other guy that were all that all act Terex, yeah, that all acted as his heralds.
Be cool if there was like a cosmic Ghost Rider that goes with it.
Oh no, please don't stop! Don't start on Donny Cates bullshit with me.
It's always fun pushing Donny Cates button.
Oh my god, that guy! It's the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm like, that even sounds stupid. Then I looked at it, I go, it's just Mysterio with like a 6-gallon hat container on his head. And then, after all the hubbubaloo is through, you find out, oh, Cosmic Ghost Rider is just the Punisher.
Yeah.
You're like, really? So all of a sudden, a normal human with no superpowers whatsoever puts a fishbowl on his head and can ride a space cycle out in space with no oxygen apparatus whatsoever and be fine.
Yeah, I think Frank Castle dies or something, and Mephisto makes him the Ghost Rider, and then Galactus makes him the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
And the one that I argue with everybody about, Robbie Reyes. They did the Ghost Rider, but it was the car.
That didn't find.
Didn't?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I can understand
Not
why.
funded. It didn't
Yeah.
say fail. It just said not funded. It stopped just about halfway there. They want 9,000 backers, or they won't make it, and they've only got like 5,060 right now.
That's more than I thought they had.
Because I don't think they pulled it yet. They just left it up there. But I'm like, the Ghost Rider doesn't drive around in a muscle car. Sorry. Yeah, he does. That's the story. I go, it's some dude, but he needs to get renamed because that's not Ghost Rider drives around on a motorcycle. Or the first one had a horse. Then there was a motorcycle. Then there was another one. He had a motorcycle. Then the first one came back, and he still had a motorcycle. You know why this isn't fun? Because Robbie Reyes is a pussy. He doesn't deserve to be funded.
He is definitely not my favorite Ghost Rider.
No, he sucks. If they had made the car look like really good, except we're just going to shine it up and put a couple of lights inside of it, and that'll be good enough.
Well, so from what I understand, and I haven't really cared enough to do a whole bunch of research on it, but he's not even Ghost Rider in the sense that he's not the spirit of vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
He's it's like his uncle's curse or something like that. I don't know.
The only thing is, as I scroll down to see the backer tiers that will never be reached, at 10,000 backers, people would have gotten an exclusive Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen figure.
Oh, that would have been cool.
But since they know they're not making this, I think this is the same figure that they released in the Legends series.
Mm-hmm.
At 11,000 backers, there would have been an exclusive Damian Hellstrom, Son of Satan figure.
That would have been cool, too.
And at 12,000, you could delight in the darkness of Marvel's Mephisto. The problem is they've released a Mephisto figure before, but they make them like the same size as all the other figures. And I'm like, you do realize he's like giant, right? You should at least make him like a 12-inch figure.
Well, their logic is that he's shapeshifter. He can be any size.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what do you think of Sonya so far?
She's looking good. She's thick.
I'm gonna gradient this background to where it's black down here, obviously, but we're gonna go over like lavender behind her, kind of like that Linsner cover you showed me.
Oh yeah. With like the cosmos kind of colors.
Yeah.
So has Ilyana Rasputin been sold yet?
Oddly enough, no. This one has. This one got taken up right away.
Yeah, it got claimed when we were working on it before. But
no, Magic hasn't sold.
All right, I'll search back and grab that and repost it to platforms again.
Hold on. Get in here.
Yo, turn that down.
There's magic in all her magical glory.
And I've got like 2 accounts on the Marvel card game now, on the mobile game.
Oh yeah.
You can actually play it on a PC if you've got a Steam account, but I don't want nothing to do with Steam. All my Steam accounts ever have all been hacked by, like, Russian and China, like, bots.
Mm.
And right now there's a big antitrust lawsuit against Steam, so I'm like, yeah, I'm all set. But I finally got on my first account. I finally unlocked the magic card.
Oh yeah.
So unless you've got some kind of buff going that takes, your cards have, like, get to pay, like, you get like a point of mana taken off the card. So if it costs like 5, she costs like 5 to put out, but certain cards will allow you to put out a card for the cost 1 less. So usually she comes out, like, if you're lucky enough to have her in your hand, she comes out at turn 5 and gives you like an extra round to play to hopefully win.
Hmm.
She opens up that special place in hell that she stays in there, purgatory or whatever it is. I forget what it's called, but her big flame sword there smashes the land and opens up, that area of hell, and it gives you like 7 turns instead of 6.
I'm about to start playing this game.
No, you won't get anything done.
I don't get anything done anyway.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I want to get to where I'm putting out about 4 pieces a week, though.
Yeah.
Preferably selling 4 pieces a week. That'd be nice.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a huge paycheck, but it'd be a good paycheck.
Yeah, for sure. I put a bunch of originals on eBay. I think 1 has sold so far. So, yeah, and that was.
Do you have it set up? Did you just list them individually, or did you put them in like your eBay store?
I've listed them individually. I mean, if you search my name, it'll come up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all coming up. And I mean, I put the Ghost Rider on there. I put the Michael Myers, bunch of them. So, there's about 20. I had the other Batman and Catwoman, the one from Batman Returns. That's on there. Yeah. If my internet hadn't gone stupid that day, that would have gone to the second round of Shay's auction.
Now, are these prints, or are these originals up here?
Well, I've got prints.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, I go, those better not be originals listed up there for $25 a piece.
No, hell no. No, the prints are $25, but I mean, I put the starting bid on. I put the starting bid low on all the originals, like $60-$70. So.
Oh, I see the Harley there, the blue ball with a little sports bra looking like the Joker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's
Oh yeah,
there's a
now I'm seeing.
you see
Uh,
the all
I see the Ghost Rider original art, not a print. Uh, $60, zero bids, 140. Buy it now. More prints. Animal.
yeah, we did that one on the show.
The Tory Black Catwoman. Alice in Wonderland.
Ain't nothing wrong with that Catwoman.
Hot for Teacher. Cara Dune.
Oddly enough, Ruth Lucas, who she's the pretty well known pinup artist. She's got the original to the Tory Black Catwoman.
Oh yeah, I remember. You told me when she bought that one.
I'm not a fanboy on that. She's actually got a couple of my originals. I can't remember what the other one is. Um, so that's the kind of stuff that keeps you going when everything is kind of sucking.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're like, well, there's people whose art that I like, they like my art.
Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah.
Chester Benningfield. I like that one.
Now I
Not as
sold the original of that one on eBay, God, years ago, and that was like the one that turned me off of selling originals because someone got it for $35.
ouch.
I know. I was like,
Wish it was me. That Chris Cornell one too is like fire, dude.
thank you. I'm really surprised that hadn't gone yet.
You still got the original of that?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, it's like a 9x12, but I mean, it's still. Hell, I got the original of that. The original to Cobain. Um, the original to Slash and Tom Petty.
Yeah, just
Um,
scroll by the Tom Petty. Oh, that's where yours ends as the Wonder Woman, I guess. Because right afterwards it was 1988 to 89 top hockey cards. Stars, rookies, uncommons. You pick near mint NHL, $1 to $10.
oh, jeez.
It's like, oh great. It was, oh no, that's per card. I go, oh well, not so great.
Yeah,
These came in like 50-cent packs. Get away from me.
for real.
Janie Solo.
Did I misspell it?
Is it Jania? I don't know.
It's Jaina. It should be Jaina.
Yeah.
Did I misspell it?
No, I just don't. I just didn't pronounce it like
Oh,
that.
okay. Sorry. I'm just used to me screwing up.
I thought you sold the pumpkin spice original.
Mm-mm. No, that one didn't sell. I sold
He-Man, Dark Side.
sold a couple of prints of it.
Oh, there's the print of my original. Nice.
I'm so glad you got that, dude.
So am I.
I was cheering for you on the Hulk too. I was like, man, really?
Oh, that it if I had 200 on my account, that dude would have gone to like 3 to get that.
Oh, yeah, I need to actually try to message him somehow and make sure it got to him okay. I'm sure if it hadn't, he'd have let me know.
Yeah, maybe just DM Shay on Twitter and you know find out. It's like stupid me. I'm sitting here scrolling through, looking at stuff when I could be broadcasting it on the show.
So I was gonna send you. It's a 9x12, the original of a Joker that I did to go with that Batman and Catwoman piece you got. And I've been meaning to send it to you for a while, but hell, when I was shipping your Batman and Catwoman out, I already packed up a lot of the studio.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Was it
So,
that was it that Killing Joke one?
no,
Another Caesar.
it's the one. It's a Ledger Joker, but it's like really close on his face. It's actually funny because when I was working on it, dude, I ended up throwing it away. But I dug it out a couple hours later, and I was like, no, I can make this work. And that one has sold really well. So,
He's a very popular Joker.
yeah.
You should probably like take the JPEG of Blue Lily and drop it in a DM to Jay and be like, "Hey, by the way, I still have the original for this piece from a couple of auctions ago that you were kind of drooling over."
Who is that? Who do I need to send it to?
Shay.
Oh,
She was like kind
yeah.
of like drooling over the Blue Lily one. I'm like, be like,
Yeah, she was.
just be
And
like,
she really wanted the Ivy and Harley on this auction. So maybe I'd throw both JPEGs to her and say, hey,
let's make a deal.
yeah, since you've been nice enough to host me in your auction, how about I hook you up on these two? That might work. She says she's doing another one in April. I felt so bad though because it was like Luke was on there and I was like trying so hard not to curse.
I'm
Nobody
trying
else.
to swear. The past is underneath me. I don't want to get him mad at me.
I was like, no. And he even gave me a shout out. He was like, yeah, Sean's done work for me. And I was like, oh, wow. He told me to hang on to the original of that until he gets moved. So,
He's taking the horse and carriage to Amish country.
see that. We know something we don't.
No, I think he was in the same situation, as you. But had to find a new place because of him being in the coma and everything else with the COVID. That kind of like.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, it's been crazy.
Hey, I know that piece.
Oh, yeah. You got the original of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I need to shoot over to Shay and DM her about that Poison Ivy and Harley. she's like, how long did it take you? And I told her it was like 6 or 8 hours. And she's just like, what?
Granted, uh,
Hmm?
I'll get like all anxiety out, and I'll have to put it down, and it'll be 6 to 8 hours over like a two week course of time.
Oh,
Sometimes to
yeah,
do
for
one.
sure. At least 2 weeks. Yeah. Because, it's very rare that I can actually sit down and do one from start to finish.
That Johnny Depp original.
Yeah. Can't believe that one hadn't sold either.
Or the black and white Daryl. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think.
weird that you're selling like all these hockey cards in between your prints and originals.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell that
Oh, and,
is.
and this and this book, How to Tap into the Glory of God. I didn't even know you went to church.
Only when I, really feel like I got to. Yeah, the Sabine original has a watcher on it. So, but I mean, hell, Ghost Rider had a watcher on it, and when I had the Hulk on eBay, it had a watcher on it. And,
Well, sometimes people, uh, even if they're watching something, eBay isn't good about notifying them in like the last couple of hours.
mm,
That and they figure, oh, I think it's good, but maybe it's not because there's not like 50 other people watching this.
uh,
If you consider the majority of eBayers are just buying stuff to resell it on eBay.
hey man, if they buy it
Well,
from me, I don't really care what they do with it.
nope.
I mean, you know,
Legion of Doom piece that came out awesome.
thank you. Oh, dude, I booked a commission at the Corinth Comic Con. See, that weekend was hell, dude, because I mean, I did the move for 11 hours straight on Friday, and then Saturday went and did Corinth Comic Con for about 11 hours, and Sunday worked at the Office Depot, for the little side gig. But
So
I booked it.
how was Corinth though?
Corinth was great. I mean, dude, that's how they should all be. It was in the Crossroads Arena, um, which a lifetime ago I had an MMA fight at. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
And they did 8-foot tables. Everybody had plenty of room. I mean, people could walk around and not bump into each other. It wasn't like the last couple of shows I've done where they had you on a 6-foot table and they literally had you butted up against everybody else, and
hmm
we could squeeze in maybe one more vendor spot in the room. Um, Super cheap vendor price. I mean, it was like $30 to do the show, and um, I dug it. I mean, it was great. Booked this commission. This guy he bought an Undertaker print from me, and then he comes back a little bit later and he's like, "Hey, do you do commission work?" I'm like, yeah, always. And he's like, "Well, since we never got to see Undertaker and Sting, could you do an Undertaker and Sting piece?" Yeah. So um, we'll be working on that one pretty soon. I'm pulling references from that. Um, and I mean, I love commissions like this because he's like, just do it however you want to do it, man. I trust you. Okay. But it's also a little bit unnerving too because you're like, well, what I think is cool, this guy might not like. So,
The first thing that flashed into my mind would be Sting trying to do a stinger splash on Undertaker, and he's already got him in a chokehold.
I was thinking that. Um, something thereabouts. I was also thinking about both of them standing in the ring and like Sting pointing the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like Crow Sting versus American Badass.
I was thinking more Crow Sting versus Dead Man. You
Yeah.
know, even though I did enjoy the American Badass era.
He showed up
Uh,
again the other night on the motorcycle in the American Badass thing. That's when he grabbed
did
that.
he did a pass the torch thing to Bray at
Yeah.
that.
Did a little whisper in the air.
Yeah. Did you see any of the Royal Rumble?
Nope, but I saw a post from DDP. He was with Cody after the match.
Yeah. I think
Cody's whole body, like from the chest on up, was like looked like nuclear red from like all the chops and slaps he got.
oh yeah. I think everybody kind of realized or figured out that Cody was going to win.
Yeah, it's like
Sammy turned on Roman.
yep. It's
Um,
like flashback.
well, I mean, we kind of. I honestly, the Bloodline thing has been the best thing going on WWE.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've enjoyed it. Now it looks like Jay Uso is left too, or maybe he just got another DUI.
Or maybe he got pulled into court for it.
Right. Mommy won the female Royal Rumble, so.
Mm-hmm. She's on Tik. I found her TikTok. I sent you the video of her and her husband working out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. Hey, man. You know.
I'm devastated.
Yeah. I'm just. Yeah. I had such a shot with her.
Yeah.
Because she started the Royal Rumble. I didn't know she started it at 1. You know, her and Liv Morgan were 1 and 2, and they were the final 2 in the Royal Rumble.
Wow.
I know. So that's a hell of a push for Liv Morgan. Nia Jax came back, so we'll see a bunch of botched moves. I don't have anything for Nia Jax.
She's part of the bloodline.
Her and Tamina both.
Yep.
And I guess Naomi, since she's married to, is it Jimmy Uso?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess Cody's going to challenge Roman on one of the nights of WrestleMania.
I'm looking at this Betty Page and I'm like, oh man, Thomas would love that.
Who?
Thomas that I do Boomer with.
Oh yeah. Talking about my Betty Page?
Yeah. He's a big Betty Page fan. I think he just got like the Betty Pages, like the digest ones. He just got like volume 1 the other day.
Oh wow.
It's got a foreword in it by Harlan Ellison. So, well, that looks like all your stuff. Oh, there's another one. Macho and Elizabeth.
Haven't sold one of those yet.
So that means you still have the original?
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere. I didn't put any originals on there that I couldn't immediately lay my hands on.
Yeah.
So.
The Huckleberry piece.
Now, all the originals of Doc. Well, no, I have a pencil sketch I did of Doc Holliday, like the very first one I did. I've got that one. But the two color pieces, those are both gone. Actually, the same person's got them. Um, and I got she's picking up a Dimebag Daryl piece that I started. I really got to finish. It's just like such little amount left to do to it. I just got to pull the trigger on it and get it done.
Yeah.
But,
Well, you got the Daphne original still.
yeah, Velma sold. So
Yeah, more like Velma sold out. If you get the joke there.
yeah, I do.
That new utterly garbage series. And since it was so bad and offensive to just about everybody, even the people that worked on the series were like, oh, this kind of sucks, but I'm taking the paycheck.
I mean, I don't blame them for getting paid, but
They're already greenlit like a second series. So I'm like, what the hell?
I have no idea. Makes no sense whatsoever.
And the second one, they're going to destroy the Flintstones because they're bringing the
Okay.
Flintstones into the Velma world.
Oh God.
I think they're just on a mission to destroy. We're going to destroy all the childhood memories of the people, and they're going to go nuts,
Uh,
and we
I
won't have to
mean,
deal with them anymore. There'll be
if
nobody left to tell us no.
if the changes made sense, I could see it. But it's like some of these changes are like just for the whole sole purpose of changing it. I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing gained by it.
it's we're going to tokenize everything, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm like, yeah, uh, nobody's watching this garbage.
I was gonna say the thing you can do about it is not watch it.
Yeah, don't support it.
And then when HBO Max or whatever channel it airs on is like, well, why isn't this, on? Why aren't people liking it? And at first they'll tell everybody, well, it's because it's too smart for people, or people are just intimidated, and that works for a short amount of time. But then eventually people are like, no, it's not that; it's that it sucked.
So I'm getting mad that HBO Max will put on something like that, but they canceled Doom Patrol and Titans. Granted, Doom Patrol was like off the rails, and it's like a little 5-year-old kid's writing the episodes, like
See,
with the
I had a
crap they're making
very
up.
good about Doom Patrol, but and I've heard Titans isn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's pretty good. Like it took me a while to get over the whole Starfire thing, but
She
they
actually seems to be doing a pretty good job.
yeah, good actress.
But that first, the first glimpses of her, man, she looked like a hooker outside a Waffle House, man. She was terrible. Like, what? Have y'all even met this character? Um, but I mean, that looks like one of those instances where I was wrong. She seems to be doing a good job. Her Raven is great on there. So,
Yeah. Um.
and I was thrown off by the whole "fuck Batman" thing, in the
Mhm.
trailer, which I think that turned out to just be a big swerve anyway. Like that.
Yeah, it was like a whole bunch of like animosity and stuff because of stuff that Bruce did to him, trying to teach him a lesson. And
What? Bruce doing weird, dumb shit? No.
Yeah, but it's even worse because they had the guy that was like the white the white like knight guy that was in Game of Thrones. The
Oh
chick,
yeah,
his advisor. They made him Batman, and I'm like,
yeah, Sir
no,
Frenza.
yeah.
That poor bastard.
I'm just like, no. And you never see him in the costume at all. It's basically like I just quit. I can't do it anymore. And he like runs away and leaves the keys to the cave to Dick.
Yeah.
And they brought they bring Barbara Gordon in the wheelchair, and it's a really nice looking Barbara Gordon though. I'll tell you.
Really.
And and the season that's out now that is like going to be the end of it. They finally deal with stuff from like the Wolfman Perez run with Brother Blood,
Oh, cool.
except it's like it's a wicked retarded origin.
See, I had high hopes for a second there.
But when he turns into Brother Blood, it's good. And they're also bringing Trigon back into the mix. And they've got Connor Kent in there and Crypto.
Hmm.
Beast Boy finally turns into something besides a tiger.
Well, tigers might be cheap to animate.
Well, they just kept using it because it's like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this once because the first time around is always the most expensive.
Hmm. Well, I got Mac to watch the animated Teen Titans.
The good one.
Oh my god, he loved it. He
I
he
mean, it's
been
it's it's nothing like the comic. There's no replacing the comic for the original Judas contract. It's still one of the top 10 stories ever to come out of DC. Um, but they did do Warner Brothers did do an animated feature film of the Judas contract,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and they kept it in line with stuff that actually happens in the comics. Like
Yeah,
Coriander learns language by kissing somebody.
yeah. They did that on the animated series too.
Yeah,
Did you ever see the Trouble in Tokyo animated movie?
no,
Oh, it's good. It's great. It's really fun. It has a cool story to it. Cool little villain called Brushogun, and kind of reminds me of Jim Lee's Sin Tzu character that they created for that game.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I bought that game.
I did too. I had it there's a
I
game.
no, it was like original Sega or something. No, PlayStation. I think it was like PlayStation 1 or 2,
Mm.
or maybe 3, because I still have my PlayStation 3. Um, my one crapped the bed, so it was either for 1 or 3.
Mm.
Anyhow, I bought it, and somewhere I think I still have the exclusive Robin figure that came with it.
Oh,
I don't
that's
have the
cool.
game. I don't have the game anymore, but I still got the Robin figure somewhere. What figure I hear is amazing is Thomas just bought it too. They made it, and they made it huge. Is the new? It's not on the Legends line. It's the other Marvel line there, whatever it's called. They did this humongous Beta Ray Bill figure with Stormbringer.
Oh, I saw a Ulick figure today.
Oh yeah,
Out Wild.
uh, Beta Ray Bill is actually taller than the Ulick figure.
Hmm.
Not by much, but they got him like in a Roman helmet. I'm like, take the helmet off. Just doesn't look right.
Scared to mess with her anymore right now.
Yeah, I think we should pretty much call it here.
Well, people, Red Sonja is not available for claim. However, there will be prints available of it.
And go to eBay and just type in Shawn Howe, HOWE, and a whole bunch of stuff will come up. There's some originals available there, and there's a whole bunch of prints. Signed prints are $25 a piece.
And I am actually going to be adding the 18 by 24 size to my prints as well on eBay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the logistics of it. I think those I can just ship rolled. Because I mean, yeah, I'm not putting those on like cardstock. I'm putting them on like super gloss, like Kodak crystal paper. So
yeah, roll them, tube them, and mail them out.
for sure. And if 18 by 24, is too small, we can even do a 24 by 36. I just get a little nervous about that size because it's like those are really big. So.
Really big and a lot more money.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. You're not getting one of those for $25.
Nope.
No.
So we're gonna wrap this week's episode, and we will see you next Monday. Don't forget to tune in. Follow me on Twitter at JokerFan for the updates. I will tweet about whether OK Boomer, the second half of the Aquaman special, will be either Thursday or Saturday, depending on Thomas's on his schedule, because all management stuff. Because this is the Aquaman series we're doing.
I saw that.
This is the 1986 miniseries. Best costume ever. Best looking Aquaman series ever. We're doing all 4 issues plus the Aquaman special, which is actually like a wrap up of the whole thing, and they like try to fix the character some. But I mean, the art on these covers is just
gorgeous, man.
big battle scene. Love that cover.
Oh yeah. Where did I see you post this at? On the TikTok.
I TikToked it, and then I shared it over to a bunch of other things. Bump. So we're out of here. Take care. I will announce. I got to talk to a couple people to see if anybody is available for Wednesday because I forgot to book anybody. And don't forget to go check out Mike Jimmy LaRasha De Bruyn's Kickstarter for Life on Korra Volume 1, where they wrap all five issues into one
Trade.
trade paperback, or you can get the special hardcover limited to 50 pieces. So there's only going to be 50 of the hardcovers made, with cover by our friend Nita. Nita, what's her name? What the hell's her name? That's the one. I just blanked out because I need a drink of
I was going to say,
water.
you go ahead and
Water.
draw if you want. I'm not.
I think her oldest did the art for the cover, and it is drop dead gorgeous. The hardcover is 65 euros. I think it's 75 American or 70. And it comes with a full-blown sketch on the inside of the hardcover by Mike Jimmy. Pencil, ink, and color. So it's not a like a convention remark with a zippity doo dah, here you done, kind of thing. It's a full blown piece on the inside cover. So not too shabby. Go check it out.
I'm a fan of Life on Korra, and if you remember correctly, I did a cover.
Yes, I know. I have it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a damaged one, and I have a regular one.
The damaged one?
Yeah, they opened it up at the post office and repackaged it. And it's like, oh, it's just comics. And they just like grabbed them and, crinkled them all up and stuff.
Oh, gosh.
So I never ended up getting an undamaged copy of Marv's first Sin Killer book. So I got to get another one of those too. But I got your cover and Marv's cover. Of course, Marv made this cute little all ages story. It looked like a hard R17 horror movie.
Yeah, I ran into that problem. I was trying to go like really soft with the characters, and then when I saw his cover, I was like, "Yep, man, I know what you're talking about." Even drawing something, like Powerpuff Girls, I was still like, trying to draw them harsh and stuff, and saying, "Nah, I gotta tone it way down." So, but Mike is great to work with. I love covers like that where he's like, "Man, just do what you do." And he sent me a couple of digital copies of the book, and I checked it out. I was like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do." I love that cover. And he sent me hella comps too. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's great. That was totally rad of him to send me comps. Unlike other totally rad publishers, but
it turns out aren't rad. A certain publisher isn't really rad at all.
I haven't seen anything from him lately.
It might be, it might be a word that rhymes with rad, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I've seen him do, and I haven't, I don't hang out on Facebook like I used to. So the last time I saw him, he was just, teaming up with Dustin Brunel doing his thing, and I think they had a falling out or something. I don't know.
I do believe that they did. I see Giovanni, which Giovanni's great. He was instrumental in me getting actually paid. So And it's so funny because I saw somebody post, or like Ariel Diaz posted earlier, of how she was going to become an advocate to, help artists get paid by publishers. And of course, December says, yeah, me too. And it's like, you know what? You were doing that. And then you were like, no, y'all quit coming to me about this stuff. And then when, the not so totally rad publisher just gave her some bullshit about me, she just believed it without even asking me about it. I'm like, no, that's not what happened.
Who's that? December Lace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her once online and don't like her.
Yeah.
I must be a misogynist.
We got along great until that, and I was like, why are you pissed at me? She goes, well, because, Jim told me what really happened. He's like, he was running late paying other artists because he had to pay me before we agreed on it. I'm like, that's not in any way what happened. Yeah. He was running. He had 9 other artists who he hadn't paid. Some of them 2 or 3 different pieces, like 2 or 3 different books. They hadn't been paid for. So I was fortunate in that it's only the one book that I ended up not getting paid at all for. But the covers I did for Neon, I got paid for. And I just chose to chalk it up to learning experience, kind of like dealing with Krista Grant. That'll absolutely never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if she's like, got the last $5 I need to buy a Bugatti or whatever. It's not happening. Yeah. Because, yeah, and me and Luke bonded over that situation.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine why.
He has a very low opinion of her.
Mm-hmm.
As apparently do most people.
Yep.
Haven't seen anything from her lately either. So, yeah, that's right. Calling people out by their name. Chose violence today.
I know violence isn't the answer. I got it wrong on purpose.
Right.
I used to have a T-shirt that said that on it, and it had a fist with a pair of brass knucks on it.
Nice.
That's the shirt I wore. That's the shirt I wore when I carried my daughter home from the hospital.
Speaking of choosing violence, I was talked to by the organizers of Mid-South Con, which is a big show that I normally do. They're not having it this year because they couldn't find a venue in time.
Oh, yeah.
Talked to the organizer of the Artist Alley, and she's over the vendors too. And they're banning any AI created art.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, if you're trying to set up an Artist Alley with some, AI bullshit, it ain't happening. There wasn't any AI at Corinth, but there was plenty of people selling like Google imaged art. Like there was a guy selling sheet music to he had the sheet music to like This Is Halloween, and he had kind of, I guess, pasted a Google imaged Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas over it. I mean, it looked cool, but like
still,
it would have looked way better if he did like a drawing of Jack and Sally over it.
Yeah, or hired an actual working artist to do Jack and Sally on it.
I mean, that sounds too much like right.
I'm sorry, Internet, that I made sense out of something for once.
For real. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I know. I'll do better. And by do better, I mean do worse, because I accidentally deleted all of my emails out of every folder on my computer today.
Oh shit.
Stuff that I had set aside to, one night just blast through and do like a whole bunch of like PR videos. So,
Oh,
but I made a whole bunch of I made like a handful of reels the other night that went to Facebook and Instagram, and one of them, like an hour after I put it up, had almost 400 views.
nice. I can't get that kind of traction on Instagram. I'm getting there though, but and I haven't done any TikTok lives lately, so I'm gonna have to get back into the swing of things now that I've kind of got a little makeshift studio set up here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll get back to posting and promoting because that's the only way we get anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, I'm fortunate that I have a lot of people. Not a lot of people. I've got a handful of really good people who, like to post my stuff and share my stuff out. And there's a guy who's been really cool and helped help give me this exposure by doing this YouTube show with me. And so I'm trying to kind of keep that going because even though I've toned back on the art thing and kind of let the side gig take more of a
Front seat.
more of a, yeah, just because it's more stable. The art gig, it's not that it's not working, it's that I was having issues with production because when you bust your ass and you do something like that Hulk and it just didn't sell. I mean, it finally did, which yes, but you're like, damn, man. I mean, the only thing that was selling was the TNA stuff, and that's great and all, but you can only draw so much of that. Yeah, especially when you got kids running around and stuff like that, you can't be like, well, Daddy's drawing boobies. I mean, I guess you can be that way, but
Work on a couple of DBZ pieces for the weebs.
Yeah, I just did a bleach piece.
Yeah, that came out cool.
I loved it. I don't know much about the character, but I love that blue and white to it. It looks really cool. And
yeah, I'm not sure if it still is, but it was on Tubi.
oh, is it?
Yeah, Tubi's got a bunch of anime.
Okay, cool. I'm about to do a Death Note. And one of the venues that I do these events at, the Black Lunch, basically like a nerd nightclub. Last time I was there, Star Wars Cantina Dance Party, they were like, hey, why don't you bring some originals up here and we're going to showcase them and we're going to sell them for you. And I'm like, what do you want? They're like, we might, they're like, we'll tack on like 10% for us and we tack on 20 or all I care. Yeah.
Just sell them.
Yeah, for real.
Here's a bunch of originals. Give me money.
Well, they were like, can we get a hold of the, a couple of anime originals? Because that's what's hot on the streets right now. I'm like, yeah, man, I got Kenshin, Trigun, Kakashi from Naruto. And I'll finish this Death Note piece and then maybe a Goku and Vegeta just for good measure and see if that shit sells.
No doubt.
Maybe I can get that momentum building and keep going.
Oh yeah. All right. We've been at it a little over 90 minutes. We did a lot of talking tonight and a lot of looking at Red Sonja's
Ample
very,
cleat.
very ample cleavage and, very protective chainmail armor that she wears.
Yeah. Yeah, she ain't protecting shit.
It's still scary that Stallone's ex-wife, Bridget Nielsen, played her.
Yeah.
From Red Sonja to Flavor Flav's piece of ass. What a career! They were doing a roast to him one night, and of course they attacked her like crazy. And
Oh, yeah.
one of the comedians said, "Oh, and Bridget Nielsen's here. Uh, from what I understand, Sylvester Stallone left his career in your pussy." In case you didn't know, people, this is an NSFW show
It absolutely is.
because it's only going over my channels, not Luke's.
I love how the little the little wheel guy is like right in the middle of the circle on my logo.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome that matched up like that.
That's awesome. But Stallone's done pretty much a lot.
That Tulsa King thing is awesome.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it yet, but I'm gonna eventually. I just watched all of the episodes of that '90s show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started watching that. We're like episode like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I really am. I don't give a shit about Eric and Donna and them coming back. It's all about Red and Kitty.
Yeah, because Donna looks terrible now.
Yeah, what the fuck happened? Scientology.
Yeah, it'll suck the life out of you. Waiting for Xenu to return.
Well, it sucks the life out of you and gives it to Tom Cruise because he still looks 12.
Yep. That's why, what's his name? Leo DiCaprio wants to always take him as a date to a new premiere.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
That's gorgeous.
Love me some redheads. My girlfriend turned an up nose to this one, and I'm like, it's a scene in the second Batman Michael Keaton movie. Yeah. But this one is just killer. Thomas loved this crow piece. I'll be talking to him now he's back to work. Maybe get some prints sold for you. And my newest Sean original.
Like I said, man, I'm really glad you got that because you helped put that together. So.
This just came out so good.
I actually think the original looks better than the print on that. But
well, I'll have to see what they're going to have for guests at Rhode Island Comic Con this year. A few years ago, before Adam passed, they had Adam, Burt, Julie, and they were supposed to have Yvonne Craig, and she passed suddenly. So they canceled like the first 2 days. They were only there for the last day.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Julie still looks great, especially for her age.
I mean, yeah, she's like 1,700 years old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I just hope nobody takes her head anytime soon because, She's the only one left of the whole series, isn't she?
Of the villains, yeah. Well, Burt Ward's still alive.
Yeah.
Or as
I
I
think it,
refer to him now, Fat Robin.
yeah, it's just him and her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So if they bring those two in, because they always have a '66 Batmobile at that show. I know the guy
Mhm.
that owns it too. Um,
Oh,
if they bring them in, uh, I will actually muster up the autograph cash for once, and I'll have her sign my original.
wow. Well, if you do, send me a scan of it or at least a good picture of it because that would be amazing.
Oh, that'll be if that happens. This piece will be all over social media again, and it'll definitely be hung up behind me once. I got to buy a bunch of totes to pack all these damn toys into.
But let me know if that's going to happen. I'll send you some prints of it or a print or two. That
Hmm.
way you can gift one to her because that's I guess that's becoming the thing now. It's for me to gift a print to somebody. So
Definitely. All right, let's get out of here.
sure, I gotta go. But I'll see you. Well, I'll see you on social media before then, but I'll definitely see the show again next week.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Yeah, for sure.